What's up, everybody? Quick editorial, small ramble and rant. This is just something I thought of while I was watching the highlights of the NBA. It's almost 6 in the morning. I like to wake up, go get some tea. And while I was waking up, ESPN was on. When I was watching ESPN, it was a replay of the Utah Jazz versus the Los Angeles Clippers. I was watching it, and the game was just really boring. The Jazz were up by like 20 at one point in like the fourth quarter. Then the Clippers made a small run. But I had that thought of how the NBA point shaves, and they'll give the losing team a run to help, keep the point spread and make it look close and stuff like that, right? And it goes into this honesty thing. Because people want honesty. People would love honesty. Not just honesty of what I speak to you, but your honesty of your performance. How bad could Utah have really beat the Clippers? Then my mind got more carried away, and I remembered just one game, just like one regular season game. I think it was probably some stupid game. I think it was like Golden State or somebody, but I could be completely wrong, where one team just didn't do that. They just didn't stop. They didn't decide to call it off and be like, yeah, okay, we'll get this false illusion that we're pretty close and stuff, right? They just went all out. They got like 140. I mean, it wasn't even close. I think they like almost doubled the other team's score. Analysts got mad at them. Some fans who just listened to the analysts and like, they got mad, right? Whereas people also were like, I love it. Why don't you do this more? Because it's more honest. It's an honest display that you put on. But it was also like, look at the other team's reaction, right? Some of what the analysts are saying was, if you really want to do that to teams week after week, they're going to start being more physical with you. They're going to start hitting you harder. They're going to start playing harder, right? Not that that's more honest, but look at the human reaction to when somebody is completely honest with you. People hate honesty. So that threat of violence shouldn't curtail anyone from being honest, especially in sports. The honesty of motion and your physical actions is more than your words, because usually when people lie, it's with their words and then they carry out the honest truth with their actions. Except in sports, except in these organized sports. They might be honest with their words, like, man, I don't like you, I hate that guy. And their actions, they'll pull it back a little bit because they have to, for ad money, revenue. That's when they lie to you. You're almost always being lied to. And I did find a story throughout the day, yesterday, that relates to the NBA. Loosely, it's not really based on honesty and keeping the score right. But it is about LeBron James. And he's caught a ton of slack in the last couple of weeks for his support of China and Hong Kong and how they should just shut up and we're not educated on the situation and blah, 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 blah. That's not the only time I'm going to talk about that, but that's not the topic of this. The topic of this is I saw on TMZ Sports that LeBron James, I emailed it to myself, LeBron James sends taco trucks to LA firefighters and first responders. You think he honestly wanted to do that? Or that's just public representation being like, hey, let's do some damage control because you're taking a smattering in the memes and, your persona is taking a real hit on the aforementioned issue. But what's funny is he's in support of communism, right? So he probably doesn't like a free market. He probably hates Reagan's trickle-down economics plan. Well, to me, this screams trickle-down economics. When you're a billionaire, first responders who only make about $40,000 or something are poor compared to you. And he's feeding them and helping them, making them save their hard-earned money. But what else is he doing for the community? What else is he doing for the economic strength? The economics. What else? What else is he doing for the economic stream? Well, how many of these guys ate at these food trucks before? Probably none. Maybe one or two. Maybe they, don't eat food trucks. Maybe they don't eat out much. Well, what he did was he hired these small businesses and sent people with, if you have 40, 50 grand, you have a small expendable income. Like, you can go out to eat, right? Well, he introduced them to local community and a new chain and someplace that they might eat again. Would that not spur economic growth? Did he not take his money, use it to trickle down to this food truck business and get other people to go, oh, wait, when I have money, it'll trickle down into this food truck business. Then that guy has a little bit more business and he made more money. Is that not trickle down economics? It's funny when people who probably would go, oh, I hate trickle down economics, actually start doing it. And it comes off as charitable and gracious. And it's just something that, you could do it. Most of why it doesn't work is people who get a ton of money and go, oh, that doesn't work, and they don't buy into the system. Well, that's why it didn't work, is you don't want to do it. It's not that it was a bad idea. You just didn't participate. Maybe I'm retarded. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe not. I don't know. I do remember once when I had Twitter, I got kicked off Twitter. When I had Twitter, I saw Ice Cube, the rapper, talking about trickle-down economics and how it wasn't working. And then I was like, hey, buddy, you're one of the 1 millionaires, that could help make it work. If you start a business and then helped your community with a good business, you didn't have to start the business, you could just invest in one. And then you do something like that, and you don't have the big chain stores and things like that. And you keep it a little bit smaller, and you make a little bit less money, but you already have so much, right, that you're so charitable with. Why are you going through these government things when you could just do economics and make money and do that? And it's one of those things. I think he's calling it out and making it in the foremost part of your brain of how it could work. And then how many people on Twitter are going, yeah, you're right. Just Miles going, yeah, you're right, that doesn't work. It's like, it doesn't work because he's not working. That's why it's not working. The system is broke because you're not feeling it. Somebody who he might be agreeing with is coming off as a troll. I didn't get any comments back. Nobody said anything. Nobody was mean to me. I think they all read it and were like, yeah, if he did, then it would, wouldn't it? Because that's even what he was saying. It's like, yeah, if I did, then it would be working, right? It's like, yeah, buddy. But instead, let's all give all the money to the government for them to redistribute it, instead of just having the rich make more businesses. Rich people who don't have businesses could then make a business and help it work, but then they complain, if you want the honest truth about it. Anyway, people don't like honesty. They'll be combatant towards it. They'll hit. LeBron James, PR stunt, and trickle down economics. Maybe it's not perfect. I think it's better than redistribution of wealth, though. So, there's that.